All right. Right. Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you today in our Hindi session. As you know, we usually meet every Sunday, 8 a.m. US Pacific time. Today we are meeting on Saturday just for this week because tomorrow is the Cricket World Cup final. So a lot of you will be busy watching it. So we were like, let's not cancel the class and let's do it on Saturday. As you know, this is our regular time, like 8 a.m. To focus on the language. And for those of you who are completely new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. And if you're interested in joining the live session that we have every Sunday, you can get all the details on this page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University. Okay. Uh, it's a one page where you can get all the important information, such as the link to join the our regular like Sunday classes, as well as we have now several practice sessions throughout the week for all levels, right? So from beginners to advanced level. In fact, one of the group recently finished the entire Usha Jain book as well. So this page will give you all the information about the practice sessions. Okay. Similarly, the Discord community, which we have, you can find the link there, introduce yourself, and become part of the overall community and engage with them. Okay. As you know, this year the curriculum has been blended curriculum. So we are taking the beginners along with the intermediate plus level, group. And the books that we've been following are like Pingu Learns Hindi and then also Elementary Hindi by Richard Delacy and Sudha Joshi. And then reference material from Usha Jain, Richard Delacy, and Tej Sethi, and many other authors. Okay, as you know, in the previous classes we were covering chapter 15 from the Elementary Hindi book, and my goal for this class is also continue this topic and focus on the topic called conjunctive participle. Conjunctive participle, which is also known as absolutive. That's what Richard Delacy refers it as. By the end of this class, my goal is that most of you will be comfortable using conjunctive participle in your day-to-day language. Hindi uses it quite a lot, which makes it interesting. Okay, you probably heard of many participles or conjunctions in Hindi as well as in your native language. Okay. Conjunctions are sort of your grammatical concept that are used to join two or more sentences, right? Such as, you want to say that I eat food, or you can say I, go home. Okay. If you want to join both the sentences, naturally you will say I go home, and then you will join both the sentences using this conjunction called and. Okay, which in Hindi means or. Right, so this is an example of conjunction, but there are many. Okay, so let's dig directly into the topic, and we'll start simple and then we'll increase the complexity of the topic. Okay, so conjunctive participle, as the name implies, conjunctive participle, as the name implies, these are participles or grammatical concepts which are used when there are two sequential actions performed by the same person or subject. So let's say you have a person or a subject, they are doing action 1 or activity 1, and after that subsequently they are doing action 2. Okay, so whenever that happens, such as like I mentioned, like you have I go home and then I eat food. In both the cases, you will notice that the subject is I. Okay. If I were to say these sentences independently, okay, let's try to work on it. Barbara ji, how will I say these sentences just by itself? And
allora, मैं
Mhm.
घर
Mhm.
जाती हूँ
Very good. मैं घर जाती हूँ. Simple sentences present in.
और
Yeah.
खाना खाती हूँ.
Okay, very good. So if I were to say it independently, let's say
और
there are
मैं खाना खाती हूँ.
मैं खाना खाती हूँ.
हूँ.
Simple sentence, amazing, right? So you both of them, if you notice, मैं is the subject and present indefinite. So you have ending with whom, मैं हूँ. Whom is घर, and then the verb is jana here, which for present indefinite you remove the na and you put t, right?
Eh,
In both cases, if you notice, you're writing it. If the sentences are separate, you are mentioning it twice.
mm,
But another way of saying it, as Barbara ji mentioned, is you can say मैं घर
मैं घर
घर जाती हूँ, and you use the conjunction call और खाना खाती हूँ.
और
You don't
खाना खाती हूँ.
you don't know to say मैं again, right? मैं घर जाती हूँ और खाना खाती हूँ.
हूँ.
So far so good. But it can be said it slightly differently also using the conjunctive participle called कर. Okay, so this is good. It works well. In Hindi, it gives you another way of saying the conjunctive participle. And the way you do that is, I'm gonna write it down here, is what you do is you take the what is the base verb of the first sentence. You have the verb called jana, and in the second sentence you have the verb called same thing, khana. Okay, so what I would do is I would rewrite the the second sentence as it is, मैं खाना खाती हूँ. But when you want to use the conjunctive participle, what you do is you take the main verb, which is jana, you remove the na, and you use the conjunctive participle kar, and it becomes jakar.
जाकर.
Okay,
जाकर.
okay, which implies going home home or having gone home, either way is fine. Okay, which implies that this action happens first and then the next one. Okay, so the final sentence will become, how will you say it, Barbara ji?
Eh, allora, beh, बाद
Mm-hmm.
मैं eh, जा जाकर
Okay, keep going.
गार जाकर हो.
Okay,
और अम, और अ, हम्म, और और मैं और मैं खाना और मैं खाना खाकर
okay,
हूँ.
okay. So what you will do is, I wrote it in the second method, which is basically मैं घर जाती हूँ और खाना खाती हूँ. So this thing will get replaced with, what will you say, because the same subject, and as you said it will be
मैं गार
uh-huh,
अ, जाकर
very good, मैं घर जाकर
और जाकर जाकर हूँ. No, no.
no, keep saying it. So you had it correct. you
हम्म.
you you use the second sentence as it is,
अ,
which is
allora,
basically
मैं घर जाकर और
uh,
खाना खाकर हूँ.
okay, so one correction there, like you don't use the or again because it's not required. Okay, and then you
Mm?
use the conjunctive participle only on the
Oh,
first sentence.
okay. Mm,
So there are two sentences, मैं घर जाती
mm,
हूँ, मैं खाना खाती हूँ.
mm,
You will use the conjunctive participle only on the first main verb of the first sentence.
mm.
मैं घर जाकर खाना खाती हूँ.
Okay,
मैं घर
okay.
जाकर
खाना जाती खाती हूँ.
यस
Okay.
मैं घर जाकर पानी पीती हूँ. मैं घर जाकर टीवी देखती हूँ और मैं घर जाकर एक्सरसाइज करती हूँ. Right?
Okay. Okay.
It makes sense, right? So that's what it is. So let me erase it. And then let me give more examples, and then I'm going to ask some of you to share your thoughts. Okay, so So just like that, let's say you want to say something like, after going to office, I do certain things. One way would be मैं ऑफिस जाता हूँ और colleague से बात करता हूँ, right? That's one way of saying it. Another way would be you use the conjunctive participle. And how would you say that, Professor Anita?
So after going to the office, or
Yes.
मैं दफ्तर जाकर
Okay, yeah, मैं दफ्तर जाकर, yes, keep going, what do you do?
um, एक निबंध लिखती हूँ.
One more time, मैं ऑफिस जाकर या मैं दफ्तर जाकर
एक निबंध लिखती हूँ.
एक निबंध, एक, ओके, मैं
I'm a
ऐसे,
journalist.
वेरी गुड, राइट, मैं ऐसे लिखती हूँ, आफ्टर गोइंग टू ऑफिस आई राइट एन ऐसे, राइट, मैं ऐसे लिखती हूँ और निबंध लिखती हूँ. ओके, वेरी गुड. से मोर, व्हाट एल्स डू यू डू, व्हाट एल्स कैन यू राइट?
मैं ऑफिस जाकर बहुत काम करती हूँ.
वेरी गुड, मैं ऑफिस जाकर बहुत काम करती हूँ. Okay, keep going. What else can you think? Anybody else can also, yeah, after this sentence you can, like, we'll have more people, so keep going. What else do you do after going to office?
मैं अपने colleagues से बात करती हूँ.
Very good. So मैं अपने colleague से बात करती हूँ. Okay, you see that, like, this is as it is. Okay, um, awesome. मैं ऑफिस जाकर एक ऐसे लिखती हूँ, मैं बहुत काम करती हूँ, कॉलीग से बात करती हूँ. Who else would like to add to it? Donna ji, why don't you go and add more in it?
मैं ऑफिस जाकर फोन करती हूँ.
क्या करती हूँ? फॉर्म
फोन.
भरती. Okay, very good. फॉर्म, this one, right? फॉर्म भरती हूँ.
फोन. टेलीफोन.
फोन करती हूँ. Okay, so let me, फोन करती हूँ. Very good. मैं ऑफिस
The other
जाकर,
works too.
no, it's all good. Okay. Right, in a good way, I wrote another sentence, which is what you do. Like, sometimes you go to office and you fill out a form, right? So that's what I wrote. My form bharti. Right. Okay, keep going. What else? What else do you do after going to?
मैं ऑफिस जाकर कागज कागज फाइल करती हूँ.
Okay, कागज फाइल करती हूँ. Great. Okay. All these sentences, if you notice, great. Okay, all these sentences, if you notice, is all written in present indefinite. Okay. मैं ऑफिस जाती हूँ, एक ऐसे लिखती हूँ, मैं ऑफिस जाती हूँ, बहुत काम करती हूँ. What if it's written in a different, format? Like, which is like, I went to office and I wrote an essay, or I went to office and I worked a lot. All of them are past indefinite. Okay, not something that you habitually used to do, but something that you went to, like, you went home and you slept. Okay, or you went to a grocery store and you purchased stuff. Okay, you're changing it slightly. Okay, how do you do that, and what happens to this conjunctive participle? That's what we're going to see now. Okay, so I'll write with just one simple example. Okay, so we'll do मैं office जाती हूँ. So I'm going to write it down. Let me rewrite it so it'll be easier. Okay, so now we have the same sentence, but I went to the office. Okay, and you have I worked, and both are in past indefinite. Okay, so it may be slightly challenging in case if you are not familiar with past indefinite, but bear with me. I think you'll get a hang of it. So we'll talk to JDG. You help us. Don't worry about conjunctive participle for now. Write down both of these sentences just like you will say it in past indefinite. I went to the office, I worked.
मैं daftar jata hun.
No, past
Oh
indefinite.
no.
I
मैं daftar gaya.
Very good. मैं दफ्तर गया. Okay. मैं गया. Okay. And then this one, I work would be
मैं काम किया.
okay. मैं okay. Any change you want to make in this sentence?
Oh, and I worked. You would put in that word.
So what do you see? Okay.
Oh, is this one sentence or two?
Two sentences. So this one is separate. I went to office is correct. मैं दफ्तर गया. Now you
Oh, and
want
then मैंने.
मैंने
मैंने.
very good. मैंने काम किया. So now some of you who are new, like for example, Yuvanji, she might ask you when you said this sentence, you said मैं दफ्तर गया, but when you said this one, you're putting मैंने काम किया. Why is that?
Oh, transitive and intransitive.
So this verb is transitive, like
Yes.
you.
I
Right?
did what? I worked.
Yes. Versus this one, which is basically intransitive. I went. I went. There's nothing there, right? There's no object. Okay. And here is like, I do work. So in Hindi, when you use transitive verb in the past tense, you use this postposition ne with the subject. And that's why it is, instead of मैं, it's मैंने काम किया. It'll come to you, okay, slowly, okay. So now one option JDG for you is to use the or. How would you say that? Now go to the next step. मैं दफ्तर गया, मैंने काम किया. Combine both of them.
I went to the office. मैं daftar gaya.
मैं दफ्तर गया और
और काम किया.
मैं दफ्तर गया और. Okay, so it doesn't, it sounds a little bit weird, okay, because it's you have this sentence where you have मैं and you have this one which is मैंने. Let's try the second method, which is you use
मैंने.
very good, right? Let's try to use it using the conjunctive participle. How would you say that?
मैं जाकर. मैं जाकर काम किया.
Okay. So what you do is, what is the action number one is still this one. Okay, so this is the one where you will use the conjunctive participle. Basically, daftar.
जाकर.
Very good. दफ्तर जाकर आपने क्या किया? आपने दफ्तर जाकर क्या किया?
आपने
दफ्तर जाकर क्या किया?
Oh, काम किया.
Very good, right? So what you do is you wrote essentially what you're doing is you're writing the second sentence and you're leaving a blank there. What you're saying is मैंने काम किया, right? This is correct. So far, no dispute on that. That's what you want to say. मैंने काम किया, and all you're doing is filling the blank in here. मैंने दफ्तर जाकर काम किया. Okay?
मैंने दफ्तर जाकर काम किया.
Very good. मैंने दफ्तर जाकर काम किया. Okay? So what happens is, like, your second sentence sort of remains as it is here, and you're filling the blank by putting the conjunctive participle on the base stem of the main verb. Okay, मैंने दफ्तर जाकर काम किया. Okay, what else? मैंने दफ्तर जाकर मैंने in this case you can change it as well, right? मैंने घर आकर काम किया. Like, I came home and I worked. Okay. Anybody would like to make changes to this sentence and replace anything else?
How about मैंने दफ्तर जाकर काम किया?
Which one? मैंने दफ्तर जाकर
काम किया.
हर काम किया. I did every. मैंने दफ्तर जाकर हर काम किया. I did every work, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I finished work.
वो काम खत्म किया. Very good.
Yeah.
मैंने दफ्तर जाकर काम खत्म किया. Yes, you can say that.
Yeah.
Right? Awesome. Okay, let's see. I think there is someone. Yes, Nandini ji, you were raising your hand.
Even though jana is an intransitive word, ja could make, you ignore that. Is that
This
right?
is correct. This is correct. It doesn't matter. The first verb, it's invariably.
It's not dominant. It's only going by the second verb.
That's
So it's
right.
maine kam kiya. And then whatever in between is still is dependent on the last verb.
That's right. So whatever happens in the first one, you change it to conjunctive participle.
It doesn't mean whether it's aakar, jakar,
Yes.
whatever.
Yes. You don't
Any
change the
intransitive
form.
verb.
You don't change the form.
Maine
Yeah.
utkar, pani piya.
Very good. Very good.
Is that
Now,
right? Okay, thank you.
yes. Now you have to say the same sentence for future indefinite. Like I will go to work and I will go to office and I will work.
मैं दफ्तर जाकर काम करूंगी.
Very good, right? So what you did was your second sentence is still what? मैं काम करूंगी, which means I will work. मैं काम करूंगी, right? मैं ऑफिस जाऊंगी, okay? मैं खाना खाऊंगी, okay? मैं पानी पीऊंगी. Your second sentence is still in future indefinite, okay? All you're doing is fill in the blank. मैं दफ्तर जाकर काम करूंगी, right? So you don't have to, even though when you're saying it separately, the tenses are said in future indefinite. But when you're using the conjunctive participle, it applies only on the first sentence, basically. Anyone still not sure? Feel comfortable asking question. Like if it is not clear, we'll be glad to do more examples. Linda ji, okay or not okay? Yeah, go ahead if you have a question.
Yeah, if I understood it right, can I try one sentence?
Yes, please. Try that.
So can I say मैं खाना खाकर घर गया?
Okay, so for you it would be मैं खाना खाकर
घर गया. So like after eating food, I went home.
Okay, so after, let me write it down. मैं, write down separately first. मैं, write down separately without the conjunctive participle. Two sentences.
मैंने खाना खाया.
So you'll say मैंने
खाना
खाया.
खाया.
And then second is,
मैं घर गया.
okay, so it would be मैं घर
मैं घर गया.
गया
No?
or गया
गई.
or गई. Very good. मैं घर
Oh
गई.
yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Now, yes. So you write down like this. मैं घर गई, and you will fill in the blank. What will you do? As you said before.
मैं खाना खाकर घर गई. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. मैं खाना खाकर घर गई. Awesome. मैं खाना खाकर घर गई. Right? There you go. Any questions on this one though? Like you made it yourself, so you should feel good about it, right? Okay. Anyone else has questions and want to?
Can I try one, Ashuji? मैं कॉफी पीकर बाहर जाऊंगी.
Very good, right? So you said मैं
कॉफी
पीकर
बाहर जाऊंगी.
And what does it mean?
So after drinking coffee, I'll go outside.
Okay. After drinking coffee, I will go outside. Okay, amazing. Anyone else? Daniel ji, क्या चल रहा है?
Hello from hello from Nepal. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once.
Okay, are you getting ready for the game or not? It starts in what? In 14 hours now. No.
Yes, I'm ready to win. I'm ready to win. Australia will win. I love India.
Both teams are definitely awesome, right? I mean, so it's going to be tough actually. But
I feel India may win, but in the meantime, sorry, your lesson is wonderful. I haven't concentrated much on it. Sorry, sir.
okay, it's okay. So I'm going to help you. Okay, you want to say that after I'll eat dinner and I'll watch cricket. How about that? Okay, I'll help you with that. So you'll say
Right.
I will eat dinner. I think it'll be dinner for us because it'll be late, but for you it'll be I will eat dinner. I will watch the game. Start simple sentences basically separately, and then we'll combine both of them together. So I will eat would be
Okay, mane kana ka
okay. So I will eat is मैं खाना
kana
will would be
thank you. Kalonga. I will eat. Okay. Kana kanonga. Yes.
and will I will watch cricket. मैं cricket
Crickets. Dikionga.
this is good. देखूंगा.
Pronunciation is terrible. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. Okay, so मैं cricket देखूंगा. Now you have to combine both of them. So you are saying मैं cricket देखूंगा. Okay, and then you have to use the conjunctive participle on this word, which would be मैं
Kana. I can never get this word. Kayonga.
The verb is
I got
खाना.
it. Kana.
You remove the na and you put conjunctive participle kar.
Kaonga.
So
Or just ka.
when you're saying it separately, you write मैं खाना खाऊंगा or cricket देखूंगा. But when you want to use the conjunctive participle, you take the base stem of the verb. The verb is khana. You remove the na,
Ka.
kha, and then you put conjunctive participle. Kha kar. Okay, so what you did was you took the verb which is khana, you remove the na, and it remains kha, and you put kar on it. So it becomes khana khakar. Okay, मैं खाना खाकर क्रिकेट देखूंगा. Okay.
Okay. There are
Awesome.
more vowels in it than English.
There's what?
There seems to be more vowels in Hindi than in English.
Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, which basically in English, the equivalent translation would be as like having had my dinner, I will watch the game, or I will I'll have my dinner and I'll watch the game. Either way is fine. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
And what's the word for win?
That's TBD. Okay. for everyone's
Let me know
context.
tomorrow.
Yeah. For anyone's context, Daniel is from Australia, right? And there's a game tonight between India and Australia. That's why it's.
Oi.
Yes. Awesome. All right. So we'll go away. So this is sort of your base stuff, which is basically how we use conjunctive participle. Now, what I'll do is I'll try to. How do you sort of? Okay, so I'm gonna give you some more quizzes here, which is basically right. Think of it as like if this was case number 1, okay, that we did before. Your case number 2 is, let's say I give you 2 verbs, okay, sochna, and then many other words you can think of. okay, such as bolna, likhna. Okay, so let's say you want this exercise using a conjunctive participle on the first verb, and then you want to give an imperative command to someone. Okay, which is basically first think and then talk. Okay, or such as like think and write. Right, the teachers will often do that in school, right? I mean, so or even like your colleagues, like don't just give the answer, first think and do. How would you do that? And these are very important because you're not writing the full sentence, you are just playing with the verbs. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example, and maybe you can help me, Yuanji. Okay, how will you do that? You have sochna and you have bolna. Okay, so let's do it. We'll try to put conjunctive participle on the first one, and it will become
Sochkar,
very good, sochkar. And then the next one is
Bolno, Bolo.
okay, very good, right? Sochkar bolo. There are 4 forms of imperative, right? So you can use sochkar bolo, sochkar bol, sochkar boliye, or sochkar boliega. Okay, you can also use sochkar bolna, which is also one of the form of imperative. Okay, that's correct. Sochkar bolo, right? So for example, I covered this topic and I asked the question. Okay, I can very well say sochkar bolo, like think and then like speak. Okay, what else can you say? Any other verb you can put here? Sochkar. Sochkar, okay, think and then speak. What else? When else would you say it? Think and
You could say liko or lik.
okay, very good. Sochkar likho. Awesome. Okay, sochkar likho. Think and write. Okay. Anyone else? Donna ji, what else can you say?
Sochkar karo,
Sochkar karo. Okay. Which means
think before you do it. Think
awesome.
and then do.
Yes, Mita ji.
Did you say Anita or Mita?
Mita ji. Mita.
Sochkar.
I think and I'll tell you. How about this? You are responding, like it's not like I'm commanding, but you're responding. I will think and I'll tell you. What is to tell in Hindi?
I don't know. Sorry, I forgot. Batana. Okay. Okay.
So sochkar.
Sochkar bataye.
Okay, very good, right? So you can also say, if you want to say it's as a command, you can sochkar batao. Okay, and you can very well respond, हाँ मैं सोचकर बताऊंगी. I will think and I'll tell you. Okay, but you're right, सोचकर बताओ. Okay, anyone else? Okay, let's try to change it, because sochna, there's so much thinking you can do here.
Wait,
So
Ashiki, before you erase,
it's okay.
what are the contexts, that you would be using these examples that you just gave? Like you're talking to a friend and about something political, and you would say like, okay, sochkar bolo, right?
Let's say that's correct. So if I'm asking about political, or if there's a thought-provoking conversation going on, okay?
Can I
Or if
say?
even in the class, if I'm asking question and I don't want you to just jump to the conclusion, okay? And I like think before you respond, okay?
So it's not necessarily a kind of a burn, I want to say, like, it doesn't have a negative or a positive connotation.
No, it can, the way you say it, it can have negative or positive connotation. For example, in the context, if I'm saying it, Kelly ji soch kar batao, So then it's not a negative, it's like in a positive way, like, or in an encouragement way that, don't just say it out. Okay. If I'm saying it in a manner that, like,
That's not negative, because that that's where I was just thinking. So if you said sochkar batao, like, which is like think before you tell me, how is that
not negative,
not negative? Huh?
Yeah, so let's say if a teacher is saying it to a student, it's not like, negative in the context, because like kids sometimes have the tendency to jump to
Learn
the
out.
answer,
Yeah.
right? And so in that context, it's not negative. But if you're saying it like, think before you talk, right? I mean, there it is basically, as you said, like, it's basically how you say it. It can be fit
It's an
in.
intonation. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But
And then
but by default, it's not like a negative. There is no sort of a implied negative that, if you use it, that means you are just putting someone on the spot. No.
okay. And then if you in the car is usually for written, and the K is usually for
Colloquial. That's right.
Okay. Daniel.
Yeah, he is not here, but like, let's say, let's say I'll talk the verb dekhna, okay, and you can use other verbs. Let's say, Kelly ji, how would you do that? Take any verb.
To do, sorry.
Let's
Oh,
say I have
like,
two verbs, dekhna and chalna.
okay, so dekar and then dekar chalenge, like if you're talking to a bunch of people.
Right, so here it would be like, watch basically, and then sort of walk. So there's a famous song of Raj Kapoor, okay, which is basically a bhai, oh brother, jara, like a little bit, dekh kar chalo, like don't just like walk randomly in any direction, right? But basically there is a use of conjunctive participle there, and there you can say it's slightly, basically the person is telling the other person, just I don't remember whether the person is sort of like, drunk or something, but like this person who is the narrator or singer is saying, watch out your steps, and then like, and then walk, basically dekh kar chalo, right?
That's so interesting. So that's kind of like walk carefully in a way.
That's right, walk carefully. And then he keeps on going on, aage bhi nahi piche bhi, like dekh kar chalo, like, and watch everywhere, in front of you and behind you. You look it up on YouTube, it's an interesting song.
Okay. No, this is helpful because I think that's what throws me about this particular grammatical thing, is that it can sound a little abrupt, but it's not abrupt. It's just concise. It's a way of saying things concisely.
And I think I like it more because, like, I mean, again, initially we start any grammar lesson by writing the full sentences, but like, I think we are at the stage where a lot of inferences can be made even when you say it, right? That's when your language gets more powerful, because you are just playing with the verbs and the conjugations around it. Dekh kar chalo, right? And then the manner matters more than you writing the full sentence, right? And then you use the more flavors in your sentences, right? What else can you say? Dekh kar chalna is there. Nandini ji, what else?
I can't think of anything. Dekar chaliye would be the more polite form, the same. Like, it doesn't have to be rude.
Okay, dekh kar chaliye. Any other?
Film dekar ghar aaye.
Okay. Film dekh kar. Okay. So dekh kar.
Ghar
Okay, so
aao.
film dekh kar ghar aao.
Ghar aao aur aaye.
Ghar
Ghar
aao.
aana.
Yes. Okay. Film dekh kar ghar aao, aaye, or film dekh kar ghar aana. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Anyone else? Anyone else would like to just take any two random verbs and play around with it?
Oh, okay. Now I'm sorry. Before I was not saying that because I popped in and out of this class, but this is when you're doing the commands, it can, even though it can sound, it's the way you're saying it can sound abrupt.
That's right.
But it's not necessarily abrupt. But if you're doing it in like dekar chalenge, you know, like you're doing it in future tense. It doesn't have that same sound to me, but even the commands, it can be. Okay, got it.
That's right. So now let's take another verb which is laker. Sorry, lena. Okay, lena is to. What is lena is to?
Take.
Good, lena.
Take.
Lena is to take. Okay, so let's say you want to tell someone before you, let's say you came for like, you know, let's say we are having a meal, a big Thanksgiving meal. Okay, very time appropriate. Okay, a lot of food is here, and I want to tell, like, you know, take food because nobody's gonna eat so much food, right? Take some food before you go home with you. Okay, how would you say that? Donaji, how would you say that? Take some food before you go.
Okay. Kana lekar.
Ana lekar.
Jao or gar jao.
Or politely would be, okay, khana lekar, you know, you can say jana. Khana lekar jana. Like, don't forget to take the food. Khana lekar jana or khana lekar. No, you know, if you say, again, this is a very interesting one, okay, because it fits both Kelly G's earlier question. Let's say if I am saying in a way, khana lekar jao, that means, like, you know, basically just take food and get off, basically go away, right? That's pretty rude, right? And then if I'm saying it khana lekar jana, that means, like, don't forget to take food with you before you leave, right? It's a polite gesture, which is basically I'm concerned about you, that I just don't want to, like, the food to be wasted, it will be used, right? And then it's a gesture also that, you know, it's when you're going, you're not going without anything, right? So khana lekar jana. Okay. Any questions on this one? Because it's a good example where it fits.
You could also do the kana lekar jaiye, right? Like to soften.
Yes, khana lekar jaiye. Please khana lekar jaiye.
I can see how this is compact versus trying to say, okay, before you leave, make sure to take the food, which would be quite a sentence. And this is very.
Aap khana lekar ghar jaiye. Like, you know, in a more casual conversation, I would not say that when you come, like when we meet, I'll be like, Kelly ji, khana lekar jaiega, okay, or khana lekar jana. Like, that's how I will say it. Yeah. Any questions on this one? Anyone finding it hard? No one is finding it hard. That's good, right? So we'll do one more case, which is basically the negative sentences. Okay, which is basically you don't want people to do something if they are in a particular mode. Okay, which is basically case number 3. How would you do that? And it could be, let's say you have don't drink and drive. JDG, how will you say that? Don't drink and drive.
Mat, I'd say mat pio or gardi cello.
Okay, so first is the first verb, pina, and the second verb is chalana.
Yeah, chalana.
Let's explain it more, which is basically pina and gadi chalana. Gadi chalana. Okay, so now say it again.
Pina, mat pina. Or it'd be like, yeah, mat pina gadi cello.
Okay, so pina, if you use the transitive, sorry, the conjunctive participle, it will become
Picard.
Peaker. Peaker.
Oh, after drinking, don't drive. Okay, mat gadi cello.
Peaker, gadi. The mat or na will come before the verb.
Oh, cello.
Very good. Awesome. Peaker gadi mat chalao. Okay. And basically you can say alcohol I hope Elko. How do you spell it? Somebody help me.
Alcohol, HOL.
Alcohol. Am I missing something in here? That's correct. Elko. Yes, something is missing. Anyway.
Sharab.
An O after the C.
Oh, alcohol. Okay, very good, very good. Right. So it's a sharab. Sharab pika gaadi mat chalao. Right. So that's good. Right?
Okay, but the question, the sentence initially is don't drink. What you put there was after drinking, don't drive.
Yes, yes. Who has an answer for it? Don't drink and drive.
Having drunk.
Yes.
Having drunk.
So
Yeah.
this is the English, what I'm trying to say, having drunk, do not drive. Right? That's what it is basically translating. Having drunk, do not drive. Gaadi mat chalao.
How would you do it the other way? How would you do it? How would you having don't drink and drive. Don't drink.
Can I try? Actually, what you say is after drinking, don't drive, rather than don't drink and drive. It's a different format for the kar to be used. You have to do one action and then say don't do the other. Drink and don't drive. That's what is in English if you want, lady.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in English, but obviously it works in Hindi.
Hanji, Danyaba.
You know, it's a slight joke, and it's maybe sort of a, like in the college days, like my roommate, they used to have a flyer in the, in the room, and when you are like in your mid-20s, you're a little bit more wild also, right? So the flyer said something like this, and I say it in a joking manner. It was like, don't drink and drive, smoke and fly. Right. So, and I don't mean to say anybody should do anything, but it was like that, right? Anyway, so let's do some more negative sentences, right? Which is basically, don't go there wearing these clothes. Okay. Do not go there. Do not go there. Wearing these or those clothes. I'm going to take this example as it is from Delacy and Joshi, wearing those clothes. Okay, so first sentence is like wearing those clothes. Second one is do not go there. Okay, I'm going to write down the first one, wearing those clothes. ये कपड़े पहन के, I'm going to make it simple for you. ये कपड़े, and then wearing these clothes. So the verb is पहनना. Okay, पहनना, and then you write the second sentence. So ये कपड़े, it will become पहनकर, one word. Okay, ये कपड़े पहनकर, do not go there. Barbara ji, how would you say that? Do not go there.
Allora, Vahan, Capre, Panakar, Mat,
Okay.
Jao.
वहाँ मत जाओ. Very good.
Jao.
वहाँ मत जाओ. You can also say वहाँ ना जाओ. Okay.
Jao,
So,
Jao.
ये कपड़े पहन के और वे कपड़े पहन के, based on the context, ये वे और Delacy and Joshi, they even say ऐसे कपड़े पहन के. Don't go there wearing these kind of clothes. ऐसे कपड़े पहनकर वहाँ मत जाओ. Right? My mom will often say to me when I'm visiting India, right? Because like, don't pay too much attention to my clothes, and I'll go to someone's wedding, and like, if you're not wearing the attire properly, she like ऐसे कपड़े पहन के वहाँ मत जाओ. Right? Or she'll not say जाओ, she'll just say जा, but ऐसे कपड़े पहन के वहाँ मत जाओ. Right? और वहाँ ना जाओ.
तो आशु जी मेरा एक सवाल है. So this is exactly, I was in another Hindi class, and this is where I got confused. Is so wearing those clothes, I was thinking it was using that, while wearing those clothes, don't go there. But it's to differentiate from that other one that would be like pehente hue,
Yes, that's right. But
So-
like you will not really like, I know which one you're referring to, but like these are like, you put on the clothes, ऐसे कपड़े पहनकर, but it's not while wearing those clothes to Kelly ji. Right?
And it's right. So it's, even though it's when I see wearing, right, that's where I was not thinking of this grammatical construction. I was trying to think of, okay, like maybe it was pehene me or something else, but this I'm just talking out loud to myself right now. But when I see wearing those clothes, it can also be the car construction.
That's correct.
Because like in your words, why? Like what is giving us the clue here that this is a car construction when we just look at that English sentence?
That's right. That's right.
What do you think is giving the hint, the biggest hint right here?
In English or in Hindi?
In that English sentence, what is giving us the biggest hint that it is to use the car construction right there in the second half?
To me, it's basically like do not go there wearing those clothes. So to me, it's basically like, you know, I mean, I didn't pay too particular attention, but like this particular verb, it's wearing those. Like to me, it's just like the word, the way the verb is written. But I'm happy to see other people's explanation also. Like, you know, what to me, it's basically it comes very naturally. Like ye kapde pehen kar mat jao or na jao.
Right, because it's not like the typical format of having worn those clothes, do not go there, or after wearing those clothes, do not go there, or you know what I mean? It's not the thing that we learn typically in like the grammar books. It's a different.
Pehne hue or pehne, that's what you're thinking, right? Pehne hue versus, right?
More
When-
just, so this case 3, I'm just trying to see that this is it's not having gone there or having worn or after wearing, it's just wearing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, but wouldn't they be interchangeable? I mean, you could use either one, right? I mean, while wearing those clothes don't go there, or wearing those clothes don't go there, it's the same thing. You could use either one.
And if we look at the translation of Delacy, it says having worn such clothes. So Kelly G, then it kind of lines up again.
Okay, having worn such clothes. But
Like,
it's just a little funky. Like if I saw that in English, I wouldn't, like the other ones, I would see it's a car construction. But this one, this happened to me, like I said, just like on Tuesday in another class. And so I'm just trying to see how I can.
dissect it.
Kaliji, this is Akhil. The thing that clarified it for me is that pehenna, I think it more corresponds to the act of putting on the clothes. So pehente hue is actually while putting on the clothes, not while with.
Oh,
So,
God.
So pehenkar is like I guess upon putting on these clothes, do not, you know, or it's like it does translate more to probably just wearing these clothes don't go there, but that's why it works with the formation. And if you were just
Akhilji, can you repeat it please once more? Thank you.
so like the it's kind of like betna. When I'm saying I'm sitting in English, I wouldn't say main bet raha hu because that would be like I am in the act of sitting down. I would say main beta hu. So I'm seated. So I'm seated. So that's why wearing is the way we would say it in English, but it literally translates to like having put on these clothes. Do not go there because
that is spot on. That is spot on because those state verbs mess me up every time. Lying, sitting, standing. Yes. Thank you. Dhanyavad, Akhilji.
Very good. So सोच कर बताया अखिल जी ने, right? He thought and then he spoke, right? Awesome. You were raising your hand, Akhil ji, before, and I was going to come to you. Was it just for this or anything?
यही बात थी.
Awesome. Well, great. We have 4 more minutes left. We can do quick reading, or if you guys want to do anything else, but I think reading is important. So I'm going to quickly share my screen. 2 people are talking, Deepak and Kavita, and this one. And if you do not know Devanagari, that's okay. You at least try to listen in, and at least see what new words do you hear in it. So let's see who would like to read it. One person can be Deepak, one can be Kavita. We'll read it 2 times. first time you will just try to focus on what is being read, and the second time anybody is reading, they have to slowly translate also. So two people who would like to go, you can raise your hand. Let's see. I've not spoken with multiple. Sharmila ji, how are you doing? You have Sharmila ji, Risha ji, Jane. Namaste. You want to read Sharmila ji or Risha ji? Any of you? Okay, Sharmila ji. Okay, so Sharmila ji, you are Kavita. Who would like to be Deepak? Akhil ji, you are comfortable reading, right?
Thoda ahista, but I
Okay.
can, yeah.
Read it slowly, okay? Awesome. So you are Deepak, and Sharmila ji, you are Kavita. Okay, all yours.
Actually, just give me 1 minute. Let me just find my book.
One more.
I did not know you had class today, unfortunately. All right, what page is it?
So this is, yes, if you, this is, I can tell you, this is on page number 141.
141. Okay.
Yes,
8
140.
minutes, 8 minutes.
Take
I'm
your
on
time.
on my phone.
Okay,
इसलिए.
yeah. Okay, so it's hard. Okay, I see.
हाँ, कविता है ना?
Kavita.
हाँ.
What do yes.
मैं
So
तैयार हूँ.
page number 141, what did you do when?
I got it.
Okay, awesome. Yes, Deepak, start with you.
कविता, कल शाम को घर जाकर तुमने क्या किया?
घर जाकर मैंने थोड़ी पढ़ाई की, फिर खाना खाकर मैं जल्दी सोई. घर जाकर तुमने क्या किया?
घर जाकर मैंने मामी से बात की. उनसे बात करके मैंने कुछ खाना खाया. उन्होंने कल रात खीर बनाई.
खाना खाकर तुमने क्या किया?
खाना खाकर मैंने एक टीवी no
Yeah, DVD, English word, DVD.
DVD देखी. तुम इतनी जल्दी क्यों सोई?
घर में और कोई नहीं था. घर के सब लोग बाहर गए थे. करने को कुछ काम भी नहीं था.
खाना खाकर क्या तुम टीवी देखना नहीं चाहती थी?
नहीं, मैं कोई एक किताब और कल का अखबार लेकर अपने कमरे में गई, लेकिन मैंने कुछ नहीं पढ़ा. कल रात को डीवीडी देखकर तुम बोर तो नहीं हुए?
Okay. I think Deep.
So sorry, I lost connection for a second, but I'm back.
You didn't miss anything. She just finished. Tum bore to nahi hue, Deepak, and then you.
हुआ. असल में मैं तुम्हारे फोन का इंतजार कर रहा था, लेकिन तुम्हारा फोन नहीं आया.
ऐसे मत बनो. तुम बात करना चाहते थे, तो तुमने खुद फोन क्यों नहीं किया?
Okay, great. We'll do one more reading, and then this time we'll translate as well. Okay. JDG, you want to be Deepak?
Did you say me? Kelly G, is that what you?
You can do Kelly Kavita. You can do Kavita, Kelly ji, and then JD can do Deepak.
Okay.
Read slowly and then translate also.
Kavita, Kal sham ko gar ja kar tumne kya kiya. So Kavita, last night, after going home, what did you do?
घर जाकर मैंने थोड़ी पढ़ाई की, फिर खाना खाकर मैं जल्दी सोई. Do you want me to just translate that bit? Okay. So after going home, I did a little studying, then ate in Kanakakar. After eating, then I went to sleep jaldi, quickly, right?
Early.
Early. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Gar jakar tumne kya kiya? After going, what'd you do? After going home.
Garjakar mene mami say bat ki. Unse bat kar karke mene kuch kana kaya. Unhone kalrat here. Okay. Banaya. So after going home, I spoke with mommy.
Yes, I think he's trying to say mother, even though it says mommy, which is basically aunt, but I think it means mother. I spoke with my mom.
Okay, so after speaking with her, I ate something. They last night made that's respectful. Okay, she last night made some kheer.
Right, kheer is a dessert, right? So pudding, rice with the milk, custard, milk.
Oh, rice pudding?
Yes, rice pudding.
I lived on that when I was in India. It was the only thing they wouldn't put spice in.
Yes. Right, Kavita.
Very funny. Okay. Kanakaka, tumne kya kiya? After eating, what did you do?
Kane kakar mene ek DVD dekhi. Itni jaldi kya no kyon soya yain. So that's after eating, I watched the DVD. And then why did you go to bed that early?
Okay. Let's see, am I at घर में?
Yeah.
घर में और कोई नहीं था. घर के सब लोग बाहर गए थे. करने को कुछ काम भी नहीं था. Let's see. So घर में और कोई नहीं. In the house, there was no one in the house. Is that right? Let's see. घर के सब लोग बाहर. So everybody went out. करने को कुछ काम भी नहीं था. There was no, let's see. Kuch kam, like nothing. Karne ko kuch kam bhi nahi tha. There was like nothing to do, something like that.
Exactly correct. Yeah, there was nothing to do. Yep.
Okay.
Yes, Deepak.
Okay. Kana karan karkar kya tum TV dekna nahi chati tea. So after eating, didn't you want to watch television, TV?
Nahi. मैं कोई एक किताब और कल का अखबार लेकर अपने कमरे में गई, लेकिन मैंने कुछ नहीं पढ़ा। कल रात को डीवीडी देखकर तुम बोर तो नहीं हुए, दीपक? So no, let's see, मैं कोई एक किताब और I'm sorry, I'm very tired, so I'm really fading here. मैं कोई एक किताब और like or yesterday's newspaper अपने कमरे में गए, लेकिन मैंने कुछ नहीं. So I took a book in yesterday's newspaper to my room, but I didn't read. Is that right? I didn't read anything. Let's see, and then Golrat go DVD dekar tumbor. Didn't you get bored watching TV last night, Deepak? Something like that?
Did you get bored, Deepak, while watching, like, after
TV.
watching that? Yeah, Deepak. And then
So is this the last one?
yes,
Ese mat.
this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hua. Asal me tumhare phone ko intazar ka raha tha, lekin tumhare phone nahi aya. Okay, so hua.
What is the sentence where she's asking, कल रात को डीवीडी देखकर तुम बोर तो नहीं हुए, दीपक? And you are saying हुआ. You're not saying, you can say हाँ हुआ, but just हुआ itself is implying yes, I got bored yesterday while watching, while watching the DVD. So that's what this huwa means. I got bored.
Yes. It happened. Yeah. That. Asal in.
Actually, asal
Oh,
mein is
asal. That's like such may, right?
That's like actually asal mein.
Okay. Asal may. I waited. Your phone. It means I tried to call you, but I don't know exactly what.
मैं तुम्हारे फोन का इंतजार कर रहा था. I was waiting for your.
Oh, I was waiting for your call.
Yes.
But your call never came.
Yes,
Your phone never came. Your phone call never came.
Okay. ऐसे मत बनो. तुम बात करना चाहते थे, तो तुमने खुद फोन क्यों नहीं किया? Let's see. Something like bano, like this didn't like this didn't happen, or this didn't take place, or something like that.
So don't act like this, or don't. I mean, which is basically don't act like this. ऐसे मत बनो.
Bano, like so. Bano is like become, like don't become like this, or don't become kind of a brat or something.
Yeah.
The second sentence.
Okay, so I have to say it more like that. ऐसे मत बनो. Let's see. तुम बात करना चाहते थे. Let's see. तुम बात करना. You wanted. Let's see. तुम बात करना चाहते थे. तो you wanted to talk. Is like. तो तुमने. Oh, if you kind of like if you wanted to talk, why didn't you have your own phone? Something like that.
That's right. So agar is missing here. Agar तुम
Yourself.
बात करना चाहते थे. If you want, agar is missing here, it's implied. अगर तुम बात करना चाहते थे, तो तुमने खुद क्यों नहीं किया? Why didn't you call yourself? Because you are saying I was.
Call yourself. Could.
Good.
That's right. That's right.
So
No,
I'm going
like-
to stop
He does this because it's more colloquial, you know, there's some things in there that, yeah. And I like that you can just say hua alone.
Yes.
Now when you guys come to conversational Hindi, when I say kya hua, you can just say hua.
So I'm going to stop the broadcast because we are slightly 10 minutes over, and I'll take any questions. So for folks who watched live on Facebook, no class tomorrow, as you know, we did the class today, but next week is a Thanksgiving week. We still have the class, but I'll still do the poll internally just to make sure everyone is available. Okay, so yes, Nandini ji, you have a question?
Sorry.